middle of the night, while her husband was away, the daughter-in-law secretly buried her mother-in-law. That night, the family dog, De Huang, suddenly snapped his rope and ran out like he had gone mad. Ming had left to repair a water canal and wouldn't return for several days. His wife, Shui, had long coveted the jade pendant hanging from Li's neck. It was an ancestral heirloom rumored to be worth a fortune. Days earlier, she had mixed a sedative into Li's ginseng soup, planning to steal the pendant once Li fainted and claimed she died of sudden illness. But De Huang guarded the bedside the entire time, and she didn't dare act. When the house fell silent, Shui shut the door and rushed to grab the pendant. The cord was tied too tightly. No matter how hard she pulled, it wouldn't come loose outside. De Huang barked wildly, attracting a neighbor. Aunt Wang egged Shui, forced a smile, invented an excuse, and sent her away. When she returned, the dog stared at her with burning hatred. Enraged, she tied De Huang to an old locust tree and stuffed cloth into his mouth. Back inside, she tried again. When the pendant still wouldn't budge, she cut the cord with scissors. Then she hired 2 thugs, paid them silver, and told them her mother-in-law had died of illness. She ordered them to carry Li away and bury her before dawn. Near midnight, the men arrived and lifted Li out. Hearing the movement, De Huang struggled violently. The rope tore into his neck, but he finally broke free. The cloth fell from his mouth, and he chased them, barking in desperation. Afraid of being discovered, the men hurried into the back hills, dumped Li into a shallow grave, covered her quickly, and fled. When De Huang arrived, the soil was still loose. He dug with frantic paws, clawing until his nails split and blood stained the dirt. The next day, Ming returned. At the village entrance, he heard whispers that his dog had gone mad in the hills. Panic seized him. He rushed home and found Shui crying in the doorway. She claimed Li had suddenly died, and she buried her overnight to spare him pain. Ming collapsed in grief and ran toward the hills. There we saw De Huang tearing at a fresh grave. A deep hole exposed the corner of a coffin. A villager cursed the mad dog and raised a stone. But Ming stopped him. The dog had followed his mother faithfully for years, and it had never been violent. Why would it disturb her grave? Then faint knocking came from inside the coffin. Ming froze, then rushed forward and threw open the lid. Inside lay Li, eyes open, the cloth fallen from her mouth weakly. She whispered his name. He cried out and pulled her from the coffin. Trembling, Li pointed at Shui and gasped that she had been drugged and buried alive. Seeing her crime exposed, Shui tried to flee. The Huang lunged and dragged her to the ground. Neighbors gathered, heard the truth, and tied her up to send her to the authorities. Weeping, Shui confessed her greed. Ming declared their marriage over and carried his mother home. De Huang collapsed from exhaustion, his paws torn and bleeding. Li cleaned his wounds and fed him by hand. The dog rested his head against her lud, eyes full of relief after recovering enough to stand. He suddenly knelt before her, bowed his head, and ran toward a villager's house in the west. Li remembered. Shui once tried to sell De Huang to that man. He had refused, recognizing the dog's intelligence, and warned her not to harm him. When De Huang arrived, he wagged his tail and lay flat as if thanking him. Soon Li and Ming arrived with silver, insisting he accepted for his kindness. Though he resisted, they forced it into his hands, saying his compassion had saved them both. From that day on, De Huang never left Li's side. on the night of the attack, De Huang had hidden the pendant and even buried the family's savings to protect them. Until his final breath, he had guarded their home with the silver. Ah Ming built a new house and opened a small shop. Their lives steadily improved. We often said that though the Huang was only a dog, his loyalty surpassed many people. He remembered kindness and repaid it to the end. Those driven by greed would face ruin,